How's it going, everybody? My name is Joe, and I'm going to be reacting to House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 5. And before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Alright, the aftermath of the battle. Oh yeah, Horrorless.
The traitor dragon Maylease to Aegon!
Oh yeah, that's true, huh? They had that whole...
Don't they realize we won the battle?
If it was one.
They got in there. Yeah, tells them that dragons are immortal.
It's just me.
Yeah, that's real. With all the flies and everything. I wonder how much time has passed from them traveling.
Is he alive?
Remains with us for the moment.
Actually, still alive. I just like burned into him, breathing.
Is my son going to die?
I'm afraid I cannot say.
Ugh.
What happened?
We took the castle. Sunfire was long in the dying.
Sir Kristen, what befell him?
Can you tell her the truth?
Grace fought valiantly.
And Aemond?
I could not say.
Our largest dragon has been killed, and Rook's Rest are gone.
Do you take issue with me, Sir Alfred? There has been peace in our life. You've seen no more battles than I have. Let them man their garrisons and give them stores or weapons if they find them wanting. Be
We
ready.
must answer Rook's Rest.
If Aegon is dead,
Twould be a victory in name only. Covered.
Then I myself must do it.
Where are you going?
To treat with the Daemon.
When the Queen herself could not.
My mother gladly sends you away. Humiliating,
She
Bela.
only protects you.
I can sit still no longer. The phrase. We would not have to wait for Daemon to act. I will treat with the phrase to secure it.
Our terms are simple, Lord Bracken. Renounce the false King Aegon as a usurper, or your house burn.
The Brackens were a people hatched out of the deepest of the seven hells, your grace.
But alas, not an answer.
we choose fire.
Show it.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
But now you see what my house has known for generations.
They would rather burn than succumb. Then perhaps you could try less fighting and more persuading.
But every man has a weakness.
There are things the crown itself must not be seen to do.
Many and more armies have broken themselves against my bloody gate.
I
The
think we're
Eyrie
gonna-
itself is impregnable.
Go back to her.
15,000 swords.
In return for protection.
She sent two. I do not recall you specifying the size of the beast in your request.
Will you goad me, child?
The dragons will grow.
I mislike feeling powerless. My sympathies for the death of your grandmother.
News travels fast.
They speak around me, not to me.
They betray their own smallness. You are your father's chosen successor.
But not the difference between hilt and foible.
Will you send to him?
If I must be supplicant to my own husband, what does that make me? Path I walk has never been trod.
But the people see an ill omen. They are afraid. They are 1,000 living in the shadow of the Red's Keep and forgotten. Rumors are feed. Let others do for you.
Did your grandmother ever tell you of the night she claimed Maylease? She knew that place better than any elder.
My father was furious.
She was fierce.
Yeah,
in love
very
and
neat
in
for
anger.
cool character.
I wished I had known her when she was young.
You are very like her in some ways. Would you give this to your grandsire? I do not wish to stand alone.
Damon, you were always the strong one. Your brother had great love in his heart.
So is this actually happening, or is he hallucinating still?
My favorite son.
Is the duck not to your liking, Your Grace?
He looks so disturbed.
I'm not hungry. A good time then for a show of strength. We must ready the castle to receive a great host. It is a matter of showing them whom it behooves them to follow.
In the Wailing Tower.
What to do?
The bats have made the corridors almost impassable.
They're shit.
There's, of course, the matter of payment. The tragedy that befell his father.
Is there any gold left in your coffers?
Emissary to the Queen. Perhaps she could provide the necessary coin.
No. I shall guarantee the payment myself. You should address me as my king.
Consort.
Damn.
His Grace suffered grievous burns over much of his body. Fear there are more injuries within.
That's why
We are grateful for
he
your
survived
works,
because of the
Prime
Valyrian
Minister.
steel armor.
I'm not sure he will ever wake.
A king cannot rule in his sleep. Let them hear of his great deeds at Rook's Rest.
A regency will assure the people of the stability of the crown.
I myself
Good
served this
question.
role for my husband. I am well prepared to do it again.
The king does not lack for heirs. Prince Aemon.
And his lack of restraint has already cost us dearly.
It's as valuable, yes, but the Dowager Queen is a woman.
But my experience is needed here.
I agree with
I
that.
agree, Your Grace, it must be Prince Aemon. But the hand speaks with the king's voice, Sir Kristen. What say you?
Aemond is the next in line.
It is.
What is our standing in the river?
Where Jace is going, right?
We'll check the rivermen while their banners are in disarray. The small folk here in King's Land. Then let the gates be closed.
Wow.
What are your tasks?
The city's safe no longer.
For all we know, every road leads into the Dragon's Teeth.
We should make for Tumbleton. Are we not beggars already?
The king has promised payment.
Stay and wait for his empty promises, husband.
Oh, the dog's been here the whole time. Right, the smell.
Seeing faithfully to the Prince Regent's commands, what he has somehow become.
Plotted with the help
Flourish early at
of
night and feed the
Kristen
sunrise
Cole.
like a... What did you see?
Their armor melted. We have given the war to the dragons.
Of temperance, or is strength now to be our only god? So you cast me aside.
Is this who you are, Alison?
I did not ask to be spared. And I did not give you leave to speak my name.
Somebody get him! Return to your homes! You want me?
Means death to bear steel against your liege. And against your queen? Jason Lannister is marshalling to the west.
Our hesitance does not lie in Rhaenyra as queen. Our fear lies in Vhagar. Do you offer us your protection?
I do.
Though it occurs to me that dragons cannot be in two places at once. Does the queen intend to raise up a new lord?
You want Harrenhal?
Making deals.
For that,
What else? Ben?
What does her grace desire?
bent knees.
Getting out here in the middle of this bridge, alright.
You're born to wield a sword, but not so much an axe. Sit.
I hear strange things from Brackenland. What I hear in the wind. Cries of anguish.
War is a terrible thing.
These are crimes against the innocent.
The Brackens had their chance to do as I required.
In the name of power, it's the weak and the women who must endure.
The realm will suffer if Aemon One Eye rules.
But I'll cross you no further. I'm sure your tactics are, after all, approved by the Queen.
The people who support her will not be led by her. When I take King's Landing, Rhaenyra is welcome to join me.
Freaking Damon.
The pity, don't you think, that you never knew your mother?
Stonehenge, the Blackwoods have overwhelmed the Bracken. House Bracken is yours.
I was surprised when they said you were here. I imagine your Hall of Nine filled with lords and kings. I wonder if any of them knew it was all for her.
Well, it wasn't.
Name you hand.
Does not content her.
Pledge your peace to King's Landing then. She was a Targaryen princess. In defense of her kin.
And she died.
With honor. In Dragonfire. But I carry her on with me.
Hey, Balin.
I would make you my heir.
Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
Liking that fire and passion, alright, Balin.
In saying our best hope of an army is with Daemon. I wish you to go to Harrenhal. You and your house served my father well, and I know you will never accept the Hightower claim. Reason with him. Find out his state of mind, whether he means to raise a host for me or for himself. I'll send good men to see to your safety.
Have you any message for him?
Tell him I would much like to finish our last conversation.
The River Lords have come, Your Grace. They are demanding to speak presently.
See, I must begin here with a lesson in etiquette.
House Bracken have been brought to heel at the hands of Willem Blackwood. Were looted and burned.
Punishing Bracken for his own treasons is one thing. I
Tell you there is no honor in a fight such as this.
proudly carried the banner of House Targaryen.
Have you looked after our girls?
That is a lie, and I will have the man who told it brought before me.
We shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
Land and work.
I have an errand for the Lady Missaria. Elinda.
Kid getting bullied in season 1 to where he is now. How does she feel about all
Was it
this?
worth the price?
Why did she say that? Knows? Oh. Oh.
Prince Jacaerys, Your Grace.
Visenya.
Vagar's first rider. What is the mood at the Twins?
He wishes for the phrase to be granted Harrenhal.
You've done our cause a great service. You chafed at being prevented from action, sending others to fight and be felled in my name.
You are the queen.
You do not give me leave to go to anything.
Will you fly before Vagar as Luke did? And Aemond now rules in King's Landing. But if all else fails, it is I who must fight. Shall I fight for my birthright, or shall I wait here until we are all destroyed?
We have two large enough to stand against Vagar. There is Rhaena.
I would not risk it again.
Those who married into other noble houses. Blood would be thin. And yet...
Are you suggesting we put a Malister on a dragon? There are records here, surely. And of those who fell out of it.
A lot of books and scrolls. A lot of reading. Alrighty, that was episode 5 of House of the Dragon. That was an okay episode. Obviously, a very slow one, just following the aftermath of the battle at Rook's Rest, and just kind of seeing where all the pawns are being laid out here. And the one part of the story to which I am not enjoying as much as the others has been the Daemon stuff. And that's just very unfortunate because he's one of my favorite characters, especially leading back to season 1 to near the beginning here of the season. But once he got to Harrenhal, this whole witchery, witchcraft, magic, whatever the heck's going on here, I don't know, haven't really been enjoying the execution of it all. But obviously, just the inner thoughts, the intuitions, the deeper motivations within him, it's kind of coming out on the forefront with his little outburst with the witch girl. I kind of forget her name, or Alice. Okay, his inner tuitions, his inner deeper motivations are coming out, as you kind of saw with the outburst with Alice. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not really having that much fun watching that part of it, so I'm really hoping the payoff is good by the end of the season. We also had the whole Bela, Jace, Corlys stuff, with Corlys obviously mourning the death of his wife and eventually being offered the hand of the queen, which that was cool to see, especially the whole Bela conversation there, and also her growth throughout the season, kind of planting her seeds and her growing responsibilities. So shout out to her. Really liking Bela this season. And I'm crossing my fingers that Corlys will stick it through. Looks like he's gonna accept, and because I really like Corlys as well. And then Jace also stepping up, going to the phrase, striking a deal, and getting access to the bridge. So that's going to help speed things up, apparently. And lastly, the whole King's Landing stuff. I also don't really care for, I guess, the assumption is kind of showing the small folk POV with the blacksmith guy who hasn't been paid and then trying to sneak out, finding out Aemon's the new ruler at the moment. So we'll see where that goes, if he's going to try to go to Aemon for payment. And just the inner fighting within the small council of trying to decide who can be the next ruler, with most people siding with Aemon, just following the next in line, the next kin, and needing a stronger fist to rule because it's wartime. And just Alicent, shout out to the actor, Olivia Cook, who, just her facial expressions and just her acting this episode was really good. The very, very last thing is the Jason Rhaenyra stuff at the end about trying to find a way to stop Vagar because they have 2 dragons that are apparently, obviously not as big, but really big dragons that should be able to help combat, and their need to find dragon riders, with Jace's suggestion to find bastard Targaryens to become dragon riders. And I'm just very curious to see how well that's going to work and how to easily get that bond going and to teach them how to be actual dragon riders. Definitely should be taking some time, a lot of books and scrolls to read, so I guess we'll see what the next episodes have for us. But that's pretty much all I have. If you have any other questions or theories, please leave in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the reaction, please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
We'll be right back.